back with another video. If you read the title, then you know that this is my first story time actually. Okay, this is my first time in a fight. Just a disclaimer for this video, I don't condone violence. I don't condone fighting anymore. You know, I was young and I don't condone it anymore. This happened when I was in the 8th grade, which is middle school, I believe. Middle school. So I'm just going to start by giving these people names. So there are 2 people involved in this video other than myself. Okay, so the first person, I'm going to name her... Okay, so the first person, I want to name her Edges. And then the second person, I'm going to name her Eyes. Okay? Period. Me and Edges was friends for like a really long time. Like, well, not a really long time, but she was my friend from the whole time that I had just moved to this new county. So I was in a new county. It was 7th grade. I moved into this new county. I didn't know anybody. Okay? It was all new for me. But she was my friend. Like, we became friends the year before this year that I got into this fight. So we were really good friends. But her and Eyes were already friends. And I guess it kind of bothered Eyes that me and Edges became really close. I never knew about this though. Like this, I never knew like that she was so bothered with our friendship. I never knew that it would become a problem. But nevertheless, it did. So I was the type of friend, like I always had my friends back. I was always closer to Edges, so that was who I wanted to, you know, back up in the situation. I was like, okay, this is the situation. I'm backing her up, period. So basically, the beef wasn't even my beef to begin with. So let me just tell you, I'm a good friend. I'm a good friend because the beef wasn't my beef. It wasn't my beef. Like, I wasn't even supposed to fight in the first place. But that's neither here nor there, okay? So basically, the beef was between Edges and Eyes. So I don't really remember exactly what they were even beefing about, because like that's how you know that it was not serious at all. Because I don't even remember what it was about. But basically it was their beef, okay? But I was backing Edges up in the situation, okay? So basically I gave my 2 cents to the situation. And she was like, why are you giving your 2 cents? Nobody asked you, whatever, you know, basically that was what that was. And I was just like, Edges is my friend, and that's that on that. So I'm gonna back her up in the situation. What do you mean? So basically, Edges dropped her whole thing with Eyes, and she was like, "Okay, no, you wanna put in your 2 cents, you know, let me come to you, you know." So I was like, okay, I mean, I guess if that's what you want to do. So basically, she dropped the whole beef. Well, she didn't drop the beef, but she wasn't as geeked about that as she was about this. Like, she really came, you know, she was like, what's up with you? So fast forward to how we even got into it. So one day, me and Edges was at the mall. And we was just, you know, minding our business, walking, having a good time, you know, enjoying the mall. So next thing you know, I get a phone call from one of my other friends who doesn't need a name because it's not really that important. They in the story for like 2 seconds. But I got a phone call. She was just like, did you see what Eyes is saying about you on Twitter? Did you see this? Because she's just going off and she's saying this. And I was just like, no, I didn't see. Well, I'm like what could you possibly be saying about me on Twitter? Like what? I get on Twitter and, you know, I'm scrolling, I'm looking, she's mentioning me. She's just like, you don't want to fight me, and you're weak, and you can't fight, and you're just weak. That's all I saw was you're weak. You're so weak. You're weak. You can't fight. Blah, blah, blah. But not only was it her, it was a whole bunch of other people that I'm not going to give names either. But it was a whole bunch of other people that, like, people that I wasn't cool with at the time. They were just barging in, and they were just like, yeah, she is weak. No, how? What? Everybody's just barging in like, oh, yeah, Kennedy is weak. She's weak, and da-da-da-da-da. So I'm just like, I don't really let little stuff get to me, so it really didn't bother me. Like, because I know I've never gotten into a fight before. So I'm like, I don't even know if I'm weak at this point. I don't even know. So how do you know? You know, like, I don't even know. So how do you know? So I wasn't even like tripping off of the fact that they was calling me weak. Like, on Twitter, everybody's just gassing eyes. Like, everything she's saying, everybody's just gassing me, and everybody's just like, oh yeah, she said this, Kennedy, what are you gonna do about it? She called you weak, da-da-da, Kennedy, yeah, you're weak, da-da-da, you're not saying anything back, you're not responding, so you're weak. So I'm like, so that was over. That whole situation at the mall, that was over. So I was like, whatever. But it carried on, and so basically, finally, I gave in. I'm like, we can fight. I was like, we can just fight. We can just, because mind you, I didn't want to fight her because I was like, she's smaller than me. She's like a little bit smaller than me, and I'm small, but she's like smaller than me. Like, just a tad bit smaller than me. And so I'm just like, I don't want to fight you. I'm not a confrontation, well, I am a confrontation person, but I'm not a violent person. Like, I didn't want to fight. Like, I didn't want to fight her. So I'm just like, I don't want to fight you. And I guess that came off as me being weak. I was like, I don't want to fight you. Okay, because one, you're smaller than me, and I've never fought before, but I'm pretty sure this is not gonna end well. So this is all that I'm saying. I'm just like, I don't want to fight. Like, that's all I'm saying. That was my line. The whole time everybody's like, oh, Kennedy's weak, da da da. I'm like, I don't want to fight nobody. I don't want to fight. I ended up giving in, like I said, and I was just like, let's just fight, because if that's what it's gonna take to get everybody to leave Kennedy alone, we're gonna fight, period. That was done. We're fighting. That's it. So the plan was to fight when we got off the bus. So we rode the same bus. We lived in the same neighborhood. We rode the same bus, all of that. I want to see her at school, but I was like, I don't want to get suspended because I don't want to fight in the first place. But I was like, I don't want to get suspended, so we're gonna fight when we get off the bus. So I don't even remember the morning time. I don't even think she rode the bus in the morning time. I'm not sure, but I rode the bus in the morning time. So I don't remember seeing her on the bus in the morning time, but I did see her in the afternoon. But basically, we were at lunch, and everybody's, you know, it got around really fast, obviously, because gossip. People like to talk, like, period. People like to talk. So it got around really, really, really fast. Everybody knew about it. Everybody knew about it from Twitter. Everybody knew about it from Instagram. Everybody knew about it from school. It just traveled through all the grades. 8th, 7th, 6th. It was just all over the dang on middle school. So, basically, we was in lunch, and I remember I was in line with my friend. I think it was Edges. I was in line with her. And so everybody just coming up to me like, oh, you want to fight? I say, you're gonna fight, I say. I'm like, I guess. I guess we're gonna fight today. I don't know. I wasn't excited about the fight. I wasn't egging on the fight. I didn't want to do it in the first place, but that's neither here nor there, like I said. Mind you, this was not even my beef to begin with. So I was like, but I was like, Edges wasn't the type to fight. I'm not the type to fight either, but I'm way more confrontational because I'm not gonna let nobody just, you know, walk over me or say anything about me, so without, you know, me saying something or sticking up for myself or my friends. So I was just like, I guess since I was the one to say something, you know, that's just how it goes. Long story short, the day was over. Okay, we got on the bus. I remember I was sitting, I think she was sitting in the front and I was sitting in the back. And I remember I was just chilling. I was talking to Edges because Edges rode the bus. Everybody rode our bus that day. Everybody wanted to see the fight when we got off the bus. So everybody rode our bus. Like, people that didn't even live in the neighborhood rode the bus. Like, the bus was packed, okay? Basically, when we got to the stop, mind you, she lived down the street from me. We were like almost neighbors. She lived down the street from me. So basically, we got off the bus, and I remember she got off the bus before me. She was like almost right in front of me. So I got off the bus. I'm walking. I had on a gray jacket. I had on a hoodie and a gray jacket. I mean, and a green jacket over top of that like tied around the waist. And then I had on some jeans and some Tims. Okay, I had on some Tims because I'm like, no, but I did have on some Tims. When I got off the bus, I walked down the stairs, and mind you, I wasn't afraid of this girl at all. Not even in the slightest bit. I wasn't afraid. So she's standing. So like, just imagine The bus is right here. The stairs is right here to the door. Let's just say that. The stairs is right here. She's standing right here. I'm coming down the stairs. Whatever. She's standing right here. So I'm just like, can you back up? That's what I said. I was like, can you back up a little bit? Like, give me some time. Let me take off my jacket. Let me set my bag down. Okay. Can you back up? And she backed up. Because I wasn't afraid. Like, I was just like, let's get this over with. That was how I felt. So I was like, can you back up? She backed up. I took my bag off. I didn't have a book bag. I had like a bag, like a purse kind of. I took it off and I set it down or whatever. And I like slowly unraveled my jacket and I'm just laughing. Like, I'm just like, okay, here we go. Cause girl, I told you I didn't want to fight you in the first place, but you don't want to listen. So here we go. So I slowly unraveled my jacket. I'm laughing. I'm like, okay, whatever. Took my jacket off. The fight didn't even pop off immediately because Edges and Eyes had some stuff they needed to work through before I even laid hands on the girl. So they was working through their little situation. So they're sitting here talking, you know, they're talking back and forth, going back and forth, arguing. And I'm just standing there, you know, I'm standing like this. I'm posted up and I'm like, Eyes walks over to me. And the first thing, y'all, the first thing that came out of my mouth was, why did you call me weak? I was like, well, what did you call me weak for? I was like, have you ever seen me fight? I look weak to you? I'm like, how am I weak? Period. She didn't have an answer. She didn't have an answer. She was like, because you said you wanted to fight me. So I'm looking at her like, I was like, no. You called me weak before I said I wanted to fight you. Like, let's be real. Like, let's be real. I was like, you called me weak before I wanted to fight you. Why'd you call me weak? So that's all I'm saying, y'all. I'm repeating it. I'm like, why'd you call me weak? Why'd you call me weak? Why'd you call me weak? I'm repeating that shit. Because I'm like, she don't have no explanation. She don't have nothing to say to me in person. She's stuttering. She's stuttering her words. She doesn't even know what's going, like, sis. The fight cracks off after the first punch. Because I was tired of talking. So I did the first punch, you know, and that went down like that. Gave her a minor concussion. I slammed her head on the ground. But honestly, I felt so bad, y'all. Like, after the fight happened, I did not plan on hurting her that bad or anything. I didn't even know what I was capable of because I never been in a fight before. So I was honestly, I just felt really bad. So the day after, or a couple days after, I remember everybody was just making jokes like how I'm not weak. Let's just say that. They were just saying I'm not weak, whatever. And basically that I proved myself. That wasn't my intention in a way, but it is what it is. So basically, afterwards, like a couple days after, I ended up texting her, and I was like, I apologize for, you know, giving you my concussion or hurting you in that way, because I'm not a mean person and I'm not a violent person either. So it really just didn't sit right with me that I did that, y'all. Like, it didn't sit right with me at all. So I just felt really bad. So I had to apologize. I was just like, you know, I'm sorry. And I don't remember if she accepted it. I think she did accept my apology. But yeah, I apologized because I felt really, really bad. And I didn't feel bad about apologizing. I didn't feel like that made me less of anything that I proved myself to be. I didn't feel like that made me weak. It just didn't sit right with me that I did that. So I did apologize to her because I felt really bad. Years went by. We ended up going to the same high school, obviously. Years went by and we did become cordial again. It was a small town. Everybody knew everybody. Everybody knows everybody's name. Everybody knows who, and everybody knows the beef. Everybody, like, it was a small town. Like, word got around really fast, and it went away really fast, because that's just how society works. Yeah. I wasn't even friends with Edges. Like, I was friends with her, but I wasn't friends for a long time after that fight. We weren't friends during freshman year of high school, which was the year after that. So it was really just pointless and a waste of time, obviously. Any fight is honestly a waste of time, but it was just a waste. and it wasn't worth it. And yeah, guys, like I felt so bad. Okay guys, that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow my social media so that we can keep in touch.
Never took a L, lesson learned, and I bounce back. Tripping off a nigga, man, for what? I just fall back. I don't have the time to be giving out my time. Haters trying to dim my light, cause they know I'm about to shine. When they say I'm not hot, now you know you niggas lying.